Let me explain why Apex Legends Season 13 marks the death of the solo queuer, and also why this could be a big problem for the health of the game, and why Apex really needs to make changes. I first thought I was struggling alone with this problem this season, but it turns out I am not alone.
Coincidentally, I died to many 3 stacks.
How did we not win that?
What the is this game, bro?
For solo queue players, this is literally hell.
It's not that hard to
The new rank system has caused a huge shift in gameplay, and it's made it incredibly difficult for the solo queuer. And ultimately, these rank problems actually trickle down into unranked and cause problems for the future health of the game. Let me explain what I mean. But first, I want to say that the rank changes are honestly a great step in the right direction. Demotions and team kill points are a great addition, and they make sure that the players stay in the rank that they are supposed to. I do think that the current system is a little too severe though, and it makes it incredibly more difficult to get anywhere as a solo queue player. Right now, the only way to consistently rank up is to have high placements and some kill points. In the previous season, you could hide it out and rank up solely on placements, but now if you have no kills, even if you come out top 3, you're still not going to gain any points. What this creates is a meta that's incredibly difficult for the solo queue player. The trouble is with this system is that every team plays for placements and positioning, but the moment there is the chance for a third party, every team gets involved in the hopes they can secure some kill points before retreating back to their rock, tree, or traffic cone hiding spot. You need effective, quick communication and synergy to be able to avoid falling into this and losing RP, and that is something that only a 3-stack can do consistently. It's no surprise that the biggest solo queue goats are also having difficulties. In the past, they could solo queue to master within a single stream if they wanted to. It was a feat to say the least, but they could do it, and at least in a few streams they could definitely reach masters, but now they keep falling in and out of platinum rank even after almost 3 weeks in the new ranked season. Reaching the highest rank now is far more challenging, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Actually, it's a good thing, because it was far too easy before. But because it's so hard, it means that there's nobody really doing it, at least not solo queue, and that means the ranked queues are dwindling in size, and this creates some really big issues for the whole game. In the past few seasons, most 3-stacks would almost entirely play ranked because it was competitive but offered enough fun and engagement that it could be enjoyed together with friends. But now it's just too time consuming, and there's too much downtime that focuses on sitting in buildings, not really doing anything. For most 3-stacks that would have played ranked, this is just too far, and this kind of gameplay just isn't fun. This actually creates 2 major problems. The first is that there just aren't enough players to fill up ranked queues. This means the wait time, even for platinum lobbies, is getting far too long. When most players can't play this game like a full-time job, the easy answer is just to leave ranked and play unranked instead. But this further perpetuates the problem. As more people drop off, the longer you have to wait for a game. This means the majority of 3-stacks are leaving ranked and just playing unranked instead. This just means as a solo queue player, you're stuck fighting against more and more 3-stack players, even in unranked. The second problem is that there just aren't enough high-skilled players that are still solo queuing ranked. I have actually had a great time solo queuing up to platinum, and I've had some of the best, most helpful teammates I've ever had in my whole history of solo queuing ranked. But maybe I'm just lucky, because there are dozens of posts online that suggest that teammates are far lower skill and rank than them because there just aren't enough solo queue platinum and diamond players in most servers to actually fill out a lobby. So we're seeing the shift towards more 3-stacks filling out unranked lobbies and more lower skill solo queue teammates falling through the cracks into high level ranked lobbies, and it just ultimately makes the whole experience the most frustrating it has ever been for a solo queue player. Now the question I know some of you will be asking is, why not just get some friends to play with? Apex Legends is a team game, why are you playing solo? Well, that's just not an easy answer for some. Maybe the average solo Apex player has friends that don't like Apex, or they don't have friends that play games, games, at that point the only option is to struggle through playing the game when the odds are so incredibly stacked against you, or, well, just quitting Apex Legends entirely. This can't be good for anybody, the players or the devs. I know that we haven't had a solo queue game mode since it was first featured as an LTM because the devs don't want it, because they say it's unhealthy for the game. But truthfully, the design path Apex has taken has changed drastically since then. An example of that is the new ranked system itself. A past Apex dev already stated Apex Ranked would never feature demotion because it would cause issues with matchmaking. The new devs still went ahead and gave it a try anyway. So why not change the unranked experience too? A solo mode doesn't have to hurt the queue size if implemented correctly. It doesn't have to hurt the health of the game. If newer devs can look at the game in a different light, maybe they can see that, just like they did when they reworked the rank system. So here's what I would propose. A solo mode can include 30 players per match. This way it has less weight on server population issues, the ring size can start smaller, and we can have the killing time LTM rules applied. The more people that die, the faster the ring closes. So matches will be over far faster. This way players can queue into the next game faster too. We already have something kind of like this in Apex Mobile called Quick Battle. It's basically just the game with 30 players, but the first ring's already closed in, the rings close really fast. It's super fast paced, it's super fun, and it would kind of fix a lot of issues of having matchmaking problems if games are over quicker and less people had to fill up the server. Because one of the issues of having a 60-player server is filling that server, not just completely, but with similar skilled players. But by reducing the size in half, you still have 30 teams competing. Your chance of winning is the same as playing a duo game, but it's easier to fill out the lobby with 30 similar skilled players instead of having to stretch out the skill range. And if that's damaging for the matchmaking, then maybe make a rotation system, duos and solos rotate out or something of that effect. The other direction that they could tackle things is make ranked a little bit easier. I think that making it a little bit more forgiving could be nice so that people do actually stick to ranked and the match queues don't take so long, and this could maybe make 3 stacks stay in ranked a little longer and not bring them over to the unranked experience. Or perhaps they need to give a system that offers less ranked loss points per match if you are solo or duo queuing. I'm not sure how they could implement such a system and make it work fluently, because you don't want to punish the 3 stacks. It is a team-based game, and I accept that, especially in ranked, that, people deserve to be able to play well if they play consistently well together as a pre-made team. But I really think Respawn need to cut solo queue players some slack, because there is a large community of solo queue players out there. If Season 13 is the time Respawn start experimenting with a ranked experience, then I truly hope Season 14 is the time Respawn start experimenting with the unranked matchmaking, because as a solo queue player, I seriously think we need a fresh charge and a new set of eyes on the matchmaking system to actually have a chance to fight other solo queue players. Right now, we're just fighting 3 stacks, and it's been the most frustrating, time-consuming experience ever as a content creator in this game. So, yeah, that's just my opinions. What do you think? Let me know. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!